What's up? What's happening? You right here with your dog, Cutthroat Media. Man. Look, it's been a long one for your dog. It's been a long one for a gangster, you know? But yeah, it's been a long one. And it's been a long time since that ass whooping that we seen Earl Spence receive, you know? He received that ass whooping like a quarterback. But look, check this out. Man, social media, you got to love it. You know, media itself, you got to love it. YouTube media, you got to love it. And most definitely, you got to love these content creators. I don't give a fuck if they just a 1 day man, 2 day man. I don't give a fuck if you're dropping some shit and it's some obvious bullshit. You just got to love it because it gives you something to laugh at, you know. And we needed something to laugh at, but I ain't know it was gonna be like this deep and this goddamn long. We heard a bunch of bullshit go on, of reasons why, you know, people believe Terence Crawford, you know, why he won, and reasons that, you know, to give excuses for Earl Spence of why he lost. And, you know, I could see that it took effect and it was burning these motherfucking Earl Spence fans, these AKA, you know, as they say, Earl sexuals, because they're very passionate. I'm talking about highly passionate about Earl. And therefore, they earned the name Earl Sexuals. If I could recall, I'm not the creator of the shit. You know, some people say, you know, you got a cats out there that's saying the fact that you up there saying Earl Sexual, this and that, you know, you weird and this and that. Man, fuck you. If you have a problem with people giving nicknames that relates to a man's actions, you know? Because in the hood, anywhere, people gonna get creative with this shit and they gonna express what they feel. And they might give you a name that applies to you and your feelings. And if it matches and it suits, it sticks. And the thing is, for somebody to speak on this weird shit, you know, I get to wondering who started the weird game. You know, they speak on the weird, oh, this person's weird, and weird don't make you, you know what I mean, don't discredit you really. You know what I mean? You could be a weird motherfucker speaking facts. You could be a weird motherfucker telling nothing but the truth, you know? You could have some motherfucking mop strings hang from your hair as an extension for some goddamn weave you want. You's a weird motherfucker, but goddamn, if you got the truth, go ahead and spit it, man. I'm here to listen to it. Cutthroat Media ain't gonna cut you down. I wanna hear that shit. Bring it to me without the rapping. You understand? I wanna hear that shit. I want y'all to get on here and show me some of those videos that we never see. Show me some of those, you know, recordings that people try to duck out from. You know what I'm saying? You know, do that shit. Do that shit and drop something. You know, cause I know that I want to hear it. I can imagine that the next man want to hear it because these content creators, they looking for that juice. And a lot of you cats out here, you got problems with men speaking their mind and putting out the truth. And I'm watching a lot of y'all shake, quiver. You know, y'all come on here, y'all make up shit, and just to keep your channel going. Cutthroat Media took a break. Why? Because I had life to focus on, and at the same time, I ain't have everything, you know, scheduled to a point where I could bring it to you, at the rate I should have been bringing it to you. You get what I'm saying? I like to take a moment to apologize for my people on here who takes the time to listen to me, hear me out, see what's good, here chopping it up, might see some food hanging out my mouth. Shit, don't tell it. But shit, check this out though. They want to hate on my dog. They want to hate on my dog. What did he do? He ain't do you wrong. He ain't do you wrong. As y'all can remember, he's been blackballed. People been tweaking, doing little things to keep him from reaching up the ladder. They've been putting grease on the ladder, monkey grease. They've been unscrewing fucking handlebars so it can snap and break. They've been putting road barriers and shit, trying to knock over the ladder and shit. Got cars coming, you know what I'm saying? All type of shit swaying the motherfucker way. You know what I mean? Anything, everything, what I'm saying, y'all. And y'all get where I'm coming from, right? Crawford ain't do nobody wrong. Only thing he'll do is try to take your fucking head off if you fucking piss him off. Nothing wrong with that. Come on, man. What's wrong with him trying to hurt your ass when you're doing too much talking? Come on, man. Back in the day, when you get the lippy and somebody comes see you, you're going to have to answer to. What's wrong with that? Man, take your charge, man. Some BG shit. You know what I'm saying? TYC, take your charge. You feel me? Mr. TYC. Oh yeah, salute the BG. BG free, y'all. If y'all don't know, BG free. I know it probably hit the waves and some of y'all heard a little this or that. I just want to mention one time for y'all, BG free. You dig? Come on, man. Mr. Get It How You Live, bruh. Come on, man. Stop playing. It's all on you. Chopper City in the ghetto. You know the thing is, though? I think it's hunting time for some of y'all cats. Right along with this IBF. International Buyers Foundation. Come on, man. International Buyers Foundation. Man, they done whipped up a concoction to take my dog out. They done went in the lab and whipped up some shit just to pour on my dude's success, trying to burn it. You see what they doing to all the black fighters. AKA first-hand aboriginals. Aborigines, American Aborigines, you hear me? They trying to disrupt the system. They really trying to hate. They working hard. They want to talk about he's cheating. He's hand rapping. He's doing all of this and that. Don't y'all recall that there's a man that comes from each side, whether it's the referee or whoever it may be, that come watch the hand raps. They had watched Crawford. They were comfortable. They were okay with that. Shut up. Earl Spence didn't make an excuse. He stated and he said it himself. Shut up. You got Derrick James checking Terence Crawford glove in the ring, squeezing at his glove. But y'all want to say it like Terence Crawford cheated because he checked his glove. It's a glove check. He approved. Shut up. And they need to give Terence Crawford his Ring magazine, the fresh, updated, newly Ring magazine belt that they gave Teofimo. You praising this dude, but he's hop skitching around, and he really ain't that guy. He really ain't. He's a good fighter, but you can't just swing motherfuckers around because they crying like bitches because they ain't reaching their goals within the weight limit. You know? Oh, fucking well. Throwing him Josh Taylor fights and shit, which should have been a goddamn rematch with Regis and Josh Taylor. Y'all ain't say nothing about that. Come on with this bullshit. All this controversy that y'all have when it goes for all these other motherfuckers. Here we go with this light complexion effect. Either they pale or light, and you gotta do all this extra shit for them, but when they dark, here it go. You want to be so harsh and rough and not even understand what the fuck you doing, which you do. Yeah, do. Yeah, do. But it's cool. You know what I mean? And it ain't cool. But it's bound to come back on your ass. Because all this shit that you do will eventually fucking burn you. Let that shit be fucking bacon oil on their ass. Burn bacon fat on their back. You know, that's what I say. They did my dog wrong. Stripping him knowing that he got a mandatory fight. Keep screaming boots. Nobody got time for that shit. These men came up. Earl, Terence Crawford, a lot of these men came up without being pampered. Motherfuckers all of a sudden want to be promoted. Promoting motherfucking young fighters and shit who they think can beat another man, but at the same time, how about you give that same energy to these men that worked just so hard to get where they at? Boots is a hard worker. At the same time, his time could have started at the beginning of next year. If not, within the be shit, yeah, next year. It's too early. You hate on Crawford and now you rob Earl Spence of having a chance to win the belts for himself. Y'all spoiled the chance for Earl Spence to win the belts for himself. Now he want to go to 154, that's on him. But he cannot rematch Crawford and consider himself a real champ at 147 by fighting Crawford at 154. Real shit. So, I like to tell, all y'all out here that find a way to hate. You got all these little low-key haters, that do little things. Just like you got guys that's out there attacking the buddies. Shakur Stevenson, like Aki TV. And then you got Dante Boxing Nation kind of side behind him, even though Aki TV works for Dante Boxing Nation, which they both pretty much are haters. But Dante Boxing Nation mainly focus on the race hate. But he's been doubling down behind Aki TV to push on Shakur Stevenson. So really what they're doing, I think they pretty much focusing on the whole Crawford crew. But since Aki TV and Dante Boxing Nation are based off of Devin Haney and Bill Haney, because they get more likely, allegedly get a check from these guys. Aki TV and Dante Boxing Nation focus their energy on Shakur Stevenson and anyone who Devin Haney doesn't like, in sort of in more of that sense. Definitely Aki TV, so his weird ass, his weird ass got some real passionate ways when it comes to Devin Haney. I think it's beyond money. But with that being said, man, back on Crawford, we got these other folks that's out here putting their energy on Crawford. and trying to bash on him. And along with this IBF and these racist boxing organizations, they kind of like to tamper and tweak with things when it doesn't go in the way of a Caucasian or a Mexican boxer who they choose to be at the top. Because as right now, they don't have a lot of Caucasian boxers that can reach those peak points. And the best Caucasian boxers right now will be Artur Beterbiev, Demetrius Bivol. You got Tim Tszyu and Lomachenko. You got Stanionis, who was being pushed to be rated high. But I don't think he's better than Tim Tszyu. So Tim Tszyu has been proving himself pretty well. At the same time as when he get these email belts and whatever, he be happy with it. So that's kind of weird because don't nobody get happy with email shit. You know, you kind of probably get happy that you're getting more opportunities towards certain shit, but it's kind of like a skip, and it kind of defeats the purpose within your career when you're trying to be, go to the Hall of Fame. That's where a lot of cats focus on. Some cats just focus on the money, this and that, but the Hall of Fame is a big thing as well. You know, because in this world, really, it ain't much of shit to fight for, but for yourself, your love, your family, and the success of your people. And when you don't have much of that, it is what it is, man. You know, it's just like, what is it for? And Terence Crawford is a clear example of that. He's a pure example of that. And he represents boxing very well. You know, a side of the face of boxing, that's Gervonta Tank Davis, Terence Crawford at 147, and whatever weight he stands for, as he take his proper placement and he take his proper steps without skipping or running from anything. You know, Crawford deserves to be that second hand, as you know, if it ain't the Tank Davis, it'll be Terence Crawford. Aboriginal brother, Aboriginal family, Aboriginal wife, loves her to death. She loves him to death. They represent the culture at one of the highest standards when you speak of Aboriginal Americans. And for you ones who like to call yourself black, I'd like you to understand that you Aborigines and you're American Aborigines. You have some African Aborigines, yet a lot of us don't understand the depth of who we are. And us being American Aborigines, we should step up and push ourselves to be high standard and be respected amongst each other and amongst the world, and not to go out of the way to prove to anyone else, but to prove to ourselves and our people that we worthy of that. And Crawford has took that step way before a lot. And there's a lot more out there besides Crawford that has done that. And big ups to y'all. But as in boxing, Crawford is that. He has stuck with his own coach. And there's nothing against anyone else who choose to make children or do anything outside the race but to be the standard of the culture, to be Aboriginal and to have an Aboriginal wife that represents yourself and reflect you, he has reached that peak. You know, so with that being said, this is Cutthroat Media, and I like to give Terence Crawford his props, and I like to say the people who's trying to discredit Terence Crawford in any way or whatever they can, hopefully you can just eat whatever comes out of his toilet. Cutthroat Media.